Alright guys, today's blog I'm gonna talk about gear. This week on YouTube what seems to be trending is what is in my bag and what you usually pack to go on a trip. So, because I'm going on a trip to New York, I'd figure I'd talk about it. I'm ready to pack. This is just the essentials. This is just what I need. What do you guys think? Breakfast of Champions. Look at this. Doesn't that look good? Might not look good, might not taste good, but it's good for your body. What's up? Alright, let's give these guys a try again.
Hello, we are not available now. Please call again. Thank you for your call. Memory full.
Memory full? So no one's answering this phone. Alright! So, I was just telling myself that I found Jack, the guy that is supposed to set up a meeting. I found him on Twitter, and I sent him a tweet, that was like an hour ago, and I just kinda, forgot about it. I'm like, oh, I better check, maybe he sent me a message. He did send me a message! Hey, Jehu, shoot me an email with what you want to meet about, and we can try and figure something out, Jack. Alright, time to package this guitar with this box. Okay, that package was my guitar. I sold it. Am I sad about selling my guitar? Kind of, but not really. I never use that guitar. I have another one that I like more. And toys are just temporary anyways. No big deal. Now, let's talk about gear. Stay put, camera. Stay put. Alright guys, let's talk about equipment. What equipment do you need and what you should get? Here's the thing about equipment. I make a living selling equipment. I make gear, DSLR accessories. That's what I do. And so I happen to know that certain people that do certain kind of work require certain type of gear, like the gear that I sell, which is, all the stuff you guys seen. Now the question is, are you one of those persons? And so people have said it before, and I heard it a million times when I was starting up. People tend to say it's not about the gear. That's not the important thing. The important thing is to have a vision, to have a story, to have something important, something of substance to say. Of course, those words don't mean anything when you're starting out. When I was starting out, you go through the journey, and I went through the journey. You get your first camera and you cherish that camera, and then you play with it, you learn all the menus and stuff, and so you use a lot that camera, and it keeps you excited, right? And then you always keep wanting more. And so the problem that a lot of people starting out run into is believing that they could do better work if they only had the gear. If they only had the fancy camera, the fancy lens, the fancy everything, right? That's not how it works. Eventually you get to a place where, like me, this is about half of the gear that we used to have. In 2012, we used to have about $50,000 just in lenses. That's not even cameras. And so my gear set is kind of small these days, right? And I'm here to tell you that it's not about the gear. It's really not. And of course, I know what you're saying. It sounds funny coming from a guy with a warehouse full of gear, full of toys and cameras and lenses and stuff. But I realize that you only get to see it once you get here. Once you get here and you've played with every camera, and I've owned Red cameras, and almost every other DSLR out there that has been released, and I shoot with a tiny little GH4 and one lens. I don't even use any of my products because the products that I make, it's catering for people that are on set. So they're professional on movie sets, and they are using these cameras on that setting. Now, I don't shoot that on that setting every day. Now I'm starting a vlog, and so It doesn't require like a bunch of fancy stuff. It's just a stripped down version of the camera. And the reason why this is attractive to me is because I don't have to think about the gear. It's like, it's just one camera, one lens, one microphone. That's it. That's it. As long as you have a charged battery, like that's all you need, and you need to operate under those conditions. And so now it forces you to think more about content, about what you have to say and why that matters to you and to someone on the other side of the lens here. So when you're starting out, just because you don't have the fancy equipment, it doesn't mean you can't make great content. This right here, which by the way, most of you have it in your pockets. This is a way better camera than any of us had 5 years ago. You can shoot with this. Yes, there's gonna be limitations, but every piece of gear is gonna have limitation. It doesn't matter what it is. The most expensive lens, the most expensive camera, it has limitations, and you have to learn to work within those. And once you master that, then that's when the real good stuff starts coming out. And so that's the reason why I'm here. I'm saying gear doesn't really matter. It's not the most important thing. All right, so what do I need to pack for this New York trip? I have all this to choose from. All right. A backpack. I don't know, it's kind of expensive, but you don't need this. Backpack, I think this is like $13 on Amazon. This is what I used to run around all the time. Editing, MacBook Pro. Nothing fancy. This is like a mid 2012. It's actually kind of old. Editing suite, checked. Lenses, it's a 7-14 super wide angle. The next one is a super fast. I talked about this one before. This allows you to shoot at night. This is a fancy lens. You don't need this, but I have it, so I'm gonna use it. 14-140. This has tons of range. It's kind of slow, but it's got IS. It's kind of compact, and it allows you to have a bunch of zoom. So this is like so you only can bring one lens. This would be it. 100-300. That's it. That's all the lenses you need. A super wide, a super fast, a general range, and then a telephoto. That's it. External hard drive, Passport, the 2 terabyte ones. They're not the toughest drives out there, but you know, if you don't beat them up too much, they do their job. Audio recorder, just in case that you're gonna be really far from the camera, that you take this, you talked on this, then once you edit it, then it sounds like you were there. You can hear, you know. Suction cup, it allows you to suction this into cars, windows and stuff to do time lapses while you're on your hotel. Straps. This is my GH4 strap. This is an eyepiece. Charger for your laptop. Tripods. This one's really light and real small. It breaks down and it fits on a carry-on. I'm gonna try to take this. If my pack is too big, then this is the first thing that I'm gonna pull out. Then I have my little one. This one, you know, it's just kind of a handle. It helps. And that's it. You don't need anything else. That's it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Second camera. I'm gonna take a little GoPro. Don't forget the batteries. And of course, protection. New York is a tough place. No, don't attempt to bring one of these on a plane, all right? Don't do it. All right, that's it. That's all the gear. It all fits in that backpack right there. I replaced this camera with the one that I'm recording with. I'm not taking this one, I'm taking the one that I'm recording with. But that visually gives you what I need. With this, you can pretty much do anything. So, all right, that's it. See you guys tomorrow.
We'll be back next week at this same time.
Rock and roll. No, what is that? No, I don't like that.